Yeah, I've heard people who've gone through like really hardcore racism, whatever hardcore means, but like especially like black folks, right? Like what they've been dealing with, and a lot of them, they had the grit, what they call grit, to be and the ability to be able to kind of transform that energy and into something else. Like I think before we started the stream, we were talking about the Detroit police chief who was beat up by cops, man, because the cops used to beat up all the black kids in the neighborhood and stuff randomly just to assert their power. And this guy in the 50s was beat up by the cops when he was 14 years old. And then he instead of just being angry about it, he told himself that he would want to change the system from within, and he became a cop and still had to deal with a lot of racism. He almost got killed by his own. Well, they were trying to kill him. People from his own the police department were trying to kill him because there was racism and racial division within the Detroit Police Department. And so, like, all the way from even through the 60s to the 80s, then he finally moved on up to become a supervisor, and then moved on to become the chief in '94. And even as chief, he got pulled over by his own cop. So, he was still experiencing that stuff. But he was able, in the end, to make a lot of change. It wasn't probably like the maximum change he wanted, the optimal change he wanted, but he was able to make some change in that department and transform his experience into something life-changing for him and his community. And I think that's what we do with this. I guess that's why we're doing this, right? We may or may not remember all our experiences, but we're at least trying to create discussion here.